Welcome back to another One Punch Man 2 review. Today is episode 6. Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
And together we're Couch Talk as always. We are anime viewers only, no source material, and we're going to discuss the episode and give our scores at the end. You ready to get on into this?
Let's do it.
Okay, so right off the bat, we just have Studio kind of one kicking Lightning Max, which is kind of like most of the fights in this episode, just kind of
Like
everyone getting one shot, period.
Right.
Like, and we kind of get a little bit about him, where like he's basically become strong so he can have an easy life.
That's an interesting motivation, I'd say. I became strong so I could just, take it easy. That's kind of weird. Like, I went through all that, hard, rigorous training just so I could take it easy, and then it's like, all right. Very interesting, motivation.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, of course, the monsters are nearby. They thought about evacuating, but Bakuzan's like, oh, there's no need. We have all these top martial artists here, so monsters do kind of come in here. They're going to have some trouble. Everything goes on, which is true. Mostly because Saitama's there. And, they think of themselves above heroes anyway. So it's like, yeah, they can do it, or we can do it too.
Right.
Obviously, Genos gets the call, though. So he can't watch as much as the tournament as he was hoping. And he was hoping to get to Saitama's as he's out, just one blasting all these monsters.
Right. The monster invasion is still in force. I'm going to try and refrain from talking about the animation, but you can still see the effects it has. I
was going to wait till later to talk about it, but this is how I'm going to say it. It feels like they've noticed all the criticism, I want to say, and it's like, oh shit, we're going to speed through these, have everything one shot, just get to the end of the anime as quickly as fucking possible. Everything feels rushed in this episode.
Every fight,
none of the fights are shown.
That's what I'm about to say. Every fight is feeling like, how can we end it as quick as possible? Everything happens off screenish, or in a flash or in a moment of happening. It's kind of frustrating because the tournament's fine. I'm fine with not skipping, but going through the tournament decently quick, because they're kind of no names, not no names, but they're kind of the side part for the most part, because the monster invasion's obviously the main conflict. But we're fighting monsters and skipping most of them. Yeah, Genos kind of fought the ant guy for a bit, but
the roach,
sorry, ant bug, bug person.
We kind of saw it a bit,
and then also it's just that. I'm just gonna say my biggest
just flashes the entire time.
Right,
too,
my biggest peeve is when they do a multiple hit attack and then it just blurs and starts shaking. That's my biggest.
They don't
pet
actually
peeve.
show anything.
Right. I just don't like
fights.
It.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feels like they're trying to oh shit, nobody likes what we're doing. Let's just get through this as quickly as possible. Get to the end of the season. We're never going to have a season 3. That's how I feel like it's headed. This is going to be it for One Punch Man.
Or it has to
be picked up to a new studio, or they still do well enough off this that they have another third season, and it just ends up being a complete disappointment to everyone.
Right. I don't want to say the show itself is bad. It's just a letdown compared to the first season, which is because that's kind of how things are. When you're on this, level of quality, but then you it degrades, it's more noticeable. It stands out more in the bad ways.
Yeah, you're supposed to progress as you go on, not regress, right?
Or at least keep the same consistency.
But yeah, enough of that. I guess we can get back to the show. Whereas we have, like what we mentioned, Genos, beats the Roche guy real quick, and then off screen he gets demolished.
Yeah, I did not like how he got lost off screen, but
and then Saitama versus Bakuzan, where Saitama's like, yeah, I'm an amateur. I'm just here to learn what's going on. And he's like, all right, this is what I'm going to do in these steps. And then he touches the hair. Oh no, man!
You don't
He's
touch
wearing
the
a
hair.
wig. Don't touch the head. It's like that was just one shot. So and everyone's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And yeah, Genos is not going to be back in time for
Right.
Saitama to fight Suryo.
Hell,
Or
even Saitama
Suryo.
was barely. He was on the toilet more than he was actually
Yeah,
fighting in the
like every
tournament.
time, like, oh, did you like the sour face? Like, you see my fight? No, I was in the bathroom. And then again, he's also on the toilet again. Man, he's having a bad day. IBS, man.
He even gets the
I
best of
understand.
heroes.
That's my life. Okay. But yeah, the rest of what's going on, we do see the kid again that's been hanging around with
Garu.
Garo. Yeah, I don't know. And he was upset about Genji losing
Right. Well, like,
more so
yeah.
than anything else because it seemed emphasized on the whole Genji
Right,
part.
but I think the point is mainly like heroes are going down. Like all
Yeah,
these well-known heroes are like losing and being defeated, and like it's all happening at once.
yeah, because I mean, the ones that we have confirmed towards the end, or at least the monsters confirmed, are Genos, Metal Knight, and Metal Bat.
Right, which
Uh,
are
three S
I would
ranks
say all S
down.
class. So, and they're pretty up there too. Like, well, obviously S class, but like,
Metal Bat was 15, I think, right?
yeah,
Genos is top 10 or whatever, or was he? I don't
he's
remember.
close up
Metal
there.
Knight's
Metal, I
high.
know Metal Knight's in single digits. I'm pretty sure, like
Yeah,
6-ish or something.
yeah. Pretty sure I have him somewhere, but whatever. I ain't going through all my notes to find it. Uh, and of course, the kid that got kidnapped by the monsters comes from a very important family. They contribute 7% of all the funds,
Right.
really, for
It,
the
the
Hero
yeah,
Association.
it definitely came out. The Monster Association's pretty much, I mean, not shockingly, trying to destroy the Hero Association. So like, not only are they kidnapping someone who funds them, they're also just taking out heroes.
Yeah, and we'll see what kind of effect it has because, like, I guess if you want to pull out like Snacks or whatever his name, the guy at the tournament, like his motivation was like he's like, you know what? Do I need to be a hero or whatever? Like, there's all these people who are strong as heroes or stronger that aren't part of the association at all. And even
Right.
Genos mentions that. So it's like, do we really need them? I guess because I mean, even Syria is like, oh well, the strong will survive, the weak will die.
Right.
Obviously, he's kind of a
I do like the theme going on, how like the Sea King from season 1 kind of affected the heroes and like their outlook, because that he was kind of like the start, like he was like the first like monster that kind of came in and just messed everyone up. It's now just happening on a more grand and rapid scale, but it was nice to see that callback, I'll say.
yeah, and maybe we'll start seeing other people, maybe not to Saitama's level, but coming
Right.
out that are not part of the Hero Association,
Right.
like these top martial artists and stuff.
It is a
But
good question. Like, do they need heroes? Because someone will defeat the bad guy. That's obviously stronger, but I don't
but it's
know.
different. It's like if you're not a hero, you're probably not a hero because you don't care to actually help people.
Right. Who knows?
Yes.
I think I am on Hero Association side. I think it probably does more good than bad.
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
Doesn't seem like it's harming too many people.
Yeah, and we also get Lady Blizzard who's fighting off Super S, I think is what they called her in the last episode. So the whip wasn't quite working on her, but she is connected to her sister in a way
Right.
where she is inflicted pain.
Very unfortunate
Tornado will know and
for
will
her.
show up.
Yeah, very unfortunate for her enemies, because we know Tornado's number 2 and pretty much a monster on the hero side. So
Yeah,
there's
she showed up. Super S is like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm gone. You slaves just fucking distract for as long as possible.
it
It was
was
a long distraction, but it was enough.
right. Quite there's kind of a little complex there too, little sister rivalry, but I mean, Tornado is pretty strong. Even mentions towards like the end, because well, we'll get there when we get there. during the post credits.
Yeah. Well, it does look like they're. We can just go ahead and jump to the post credits.
Yeah,
I
why
guess.
not?
Like, it does seem like there is a monster headed to the martial arts venue, and he looks like he could be a really tough guy. Maybe. It seems like they're confident in him. Obviously,
Right.
you can't be confident in anything happening if Saitama's there at the location. So it's like, oh, he might be strong compared to other things, but nothing strong compared to Saitama.
Right. But yeah,
and it's like, yeah. Then we see the Monster King Orochi.
Yeah, and also the monsters kind of said that their main forces are still like
headed.
Yeah, like so they still haven't been used. So the heroes are struggling, and it's not even like the main villains yet. So
yeah, we have A ranks dropping like flies to all these monsters.
Right.
3 S ranks have dropped, and then we have Garo out there who's also messing with a whole bunch of other A rankers.
Right.
And S ranks too. So
it's kind of turning into what was the martial artist guy, the one kick person?
Surya.
Right. It's kind of turning into how he envisioned things, like the strong will survive, because even when he mentioned it, like, you know, Tornado, Saitama, and Garo all popped up as if they're like the only worthy ones to survive this attack. So it's quite, it looks bad for the heroes, I'll say. Like, but obviously Saitama's still there. I feel like the tournament was kind of a way to distract him from this. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is kind of like he hasn't trained in 2 years either, too. So he is a strong guy.
Right. We also the number one hero still hasn't shown up yet. I think Blast is his name. 'Cause we haven't even seen him yet, so I'm assuming would be very valuable in these fights.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to. But looking through my notes. didn't write it down. I could have sworn. Not. Whatever. The point is, that's mostly it, right?
Yeah, that's the episode. You want to just jump on into scores?
Yeah, we can just jump into scores. Why not?
You want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Like, again, I kind of like the story and what's happening in the show, but I don't like what's happening in the show.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have to get maybe 5.5, maybe a 6 on being lenient, I guess. Because again, it's just the action. I'm not enjoying the action like I should, but the characters in the story and stuff, I am enjoying. And seeing what's going on, but I don't like while it's actually happening. Like, it's like all these flashes, everything's off screen, and it feels like it's hey, let's get this done as quickly as fucking possible because people aren't liking it. And it sucks, but that's just how it feels.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm gonna have to eventually just, come to terms with that, and then judge it for what it is now and not what it should be.
Right. I'll say 6-ish, maybe kind of close to 6.5-ish. Obviously, the animation's holding it back. If it had season 1 quality animation, it'd be like, up in the 8.5s, like that. Because I am enjoying the story. I'm kind of liking this, monster association, kind of the takeover, like this invasion going on. Like, there's valuable points brought up. There's themes brought back, like the whole Sea King theme brought back. There's value points of like, oh, well, is the hero association needed? Are heroes needed? There's other sides like, oh, only the strong will survive. Like, someone stronger will always show up. So these parts are interesting, but when you watch the action, which I'd say is the main focus of the show, the fighting, because, we're having a heroes versus monster showdown. It's not a showdown. It's just like a PowerPoint sometimes. Like, it literally just cuts over. It's frustrating because I want to see the fight. It doesn't have to show me every fight. I don't want, like, every fight doesn't have to be like top tier animation, but the fights they do show just seem lackluster, and that's why I think where all the disappointments come from. Like, Genos' fight, it wasn't super cool, but and then he was defeated off screen. It's like, okay, all these other fights that kind of just it kind of just does a move and then skips to the end. Like it's just like they're not really fights. But I don't think it's gonna improve, which sucks because we'll just have to deal with it. But at least the story is captivating enough to keep people around, I'd say.
Yeah, I do want to say though, like Genos losing off screen isn't such a big deal to me because it's like, oh, there's a threat out there. It's just it feels like because the way they do it, like they were scared to show it more so than to make it a story thing. But then he also lost his arm off screen to the roach, so we didn't even get to see if the roach was like as strong as it should have been.
Right.
Or what.
I would have been fine if they showed like the full roach fight and then Genos did, lose off screen because that kind of builds suspense. Like, okay, this guy's strong if he beats Genos off screen. Obviously, he just came off fights, but like he's powerful if he just kind of showed up and thwomped Genos and then is now coming to the arena. But they kind of just rush through both of them, so it kind of just feels like, well, I didn't really feel it. I didn't really get anything from that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, rant is over, I guess.
Yeah. Is this a review or a rant?
Right. But yeah, that's it. It's spiel time.
Yeah. If you don't want to disappoint us and everyone else in your lives, be sure to hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure. I already said make sure.
Make sure to
subscribe again.
Hit him again. Don't hit him again because that undoes it. Only hit it once, please.
Hit it once. This is a hot mess. Thanks. One punch. Yeah, until next time. Peace out.
See ya.